In true man cave style, Jamie. Yes.
I said, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. I said, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. We're gonna drink a fine whiskey and smoke a really fine cigar.
It is time for Happy Hour. It is the Man Cave Happy Hour. Whiskey, cigars, spirits, the stories that go along with it. I'm Jamie Flanagan.
I am Matt Fox.
I'm August Gitschlag.
And we are in the palatial Man Cave studios of the podcast, the Man Cave suite of the Podcast Your Voice studios.
Yes.
It's a good day.
It is a very good day.
It's a good day. There are bottles upon bottles coming out on the table. If anybody's following along on one of the video aspects of things, it's YouTube, Facebook. We usually roll when we roll live, and you can watch them afterwards, too.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of bottles out on the table, which is just a riot. We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Doesn't suck
today.
to be us.
No, today it's...
When we say just a tast, we're going to get just a taste of a lot of things.
It's a good thing. But the thing is, Matt, the reason we do the Man Cave, just because we want to learn, and we like meeting interesting people who are doing interesting stuff.
Correct.
And we've hung out with both of these dudes before.
Yeah.
And today I was like, Amani is in town, Amani McCauley from Duke and Dame, Salted Caramel flavored whiskey. He's with us. Amani, thanks for McCauley, yes?
Yes.
All right,
yes.
Fair play. I'm making sure I'm getting that right just for the audio. We don't be right up on that bad boy. And,
There we go. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
so we hung out, and we got a lot of your story before, and we were trying it. We were trying it straight, and we said, next time you come to town, we got to do cocktails. And then today you rolled into town, and man, are we going to do cocktails?
We're going to do some cocktails. A promise is a promise.
You got all kinds of stuff happening over here on the
sir.
table, and we're going to break them down and what it is and what we're going to be drinking. And also with us today, I was like...
to further the saga for this evening.
Because I was like, well, we're going to be drinking, and it's a salted caramel, and I think we had mentioned it to Rob.
Yeah.
So we got Chief with us, Rob Griffith.
Yes.
Thanks for coming out.
Nice to meet you.
I was just like, hey, we're going to drink some salted caramel whiskey.
Sure.
You gotta try this. And he's like,
taste a little sippy sip. You know what I mean?
and you got some new liquids on the tap as well. It's the RX. RX.
Yes, RX alkaline water too, man. 9.5 pH is in that boy.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty good water. I love it. I stand by it. I work out with it. What I like about it, it actually hydrates you. It doesn't fill you up first.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of waters you drink, it can hit your stomach real fast.
Okay.
That actually doesn't. That actually goes right to wherever you're dehydrated at,
Okay.
and then it starts filling you up.
Nice.
So that's what I actually really like about
I
it.
tell you what, Jamie, between the three of you, I don't even want to talk now. My voice ain't
telling you.
nothing compared to three of you. Y'all are made for these microphones.
told
I'm
you.
just a schmuck in the corner.
I told you. I
Have you heard me
pre-sold
say a
Rob.
word yet? No.
I pre-sold Rob. I said he's just got the pipes. I just love having him on.
My hand's just up. I appreciate that, though, bro.
So
Appreciate
the
that.
RX is a newer venture for you, and you're involved with this product.
Yeah.
Tell because we're gonna get to we're gonna get back to the Duke and Dame, but
take your time.
I'm intrigued by the RX.
Can't make whiskey without water.
Where
so.
does this? Where does
There you go.
Rob? Where's it available, and where does it come from?
Well, I'm actually opening up the Michigan chain.
Okay.
Man. We're big in the Midwest, all through it. Cali, New York, Jersey, Florida, and now here in Michigan. And I will be opening up Iowa and a couple of other states also coming to you.
Because I'm not super familiar with alkaline water. Now, August I mentioned it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I got one on my car for after on the way home."
Yeah,
just so, August, what do you like about alkaline waters?
I do taste a difference.
Yeah.
They say, like, the alkaline, the pH differences are a thing. I notice differences in the taste. I used to always think it was the plastic in the water that changed the taste. A lot of it's the electrolytes and the alkaline and the pH factor and how it hits your body chemistry.
Okay.
And I have noticed that. There's certain ones I don't drink anymore and certain ones I do drink because I just feel better when I drink them.
Well, and here we are, we broadcast out of the Metro Detroit area in Michigan, and water is a huge, important thing.
We have
in
lots of
Michigan.
it.
And people are taking it. It's kind of
Yeah.
those that chocolate company.
Yeah.
People kind of
The soup
badmouth
with
them
Nestle,
for okay, nice, that was good. All right, Nestle's stealing our water.
Yeah.
And there's other people that take a lot of Michigan water out of the state, which is troubling. I'm greedy. I want to keep my water.
Right.
So where's this water coming from? Is this where's RX manufactured and where's the water?
Out of Cali, actually.
Oh, is it? Okay.
about now.
Yeah, it's purified.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, official water of USA Boxing.
Yeah.
That's a move.
Yeah, and WBC.
Okay.
And
Wow.
National
I'm just
Football-
seeing parallels happening over here.
Yeah.
And National Flag Football League is that's actually a very big league.
Okay. And talking about big, one more thing on you, Rob. Is it the big three?
Oh man, yeah, I went out there to Chicago and did some things, man,
Yeah?
and was able to get put on the All-Star team.
Yeah.
It was a lot
Congratulations.
of players.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
It's,
It was
that's
a lot
big.
of players out there.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
They said it was the biggest one of all the workouts and tryouts. From, I think they tried out in 6 different states.
Yeah.
And I think we had like 100 players, and 10 of us got picked to be All-Stars. So
amazing.
those guys actually got put in the draft pool. So, now it's up to us to stay ready for another month and a half or month in a week or whatever.
So what's staying ready besides drinking the RX water? What's staying ready for you? What kind of workout are you doing to stay ready?
Like, even when I leave here tonight, I'm going to this place called Gitschlag.
Okay.
And go get my workout on.
All right,
It's
all
a lot
right.
of guys who play pros coming out of college and up-and-coming pros that come to this gym, and we get it in from about 10 to 2 or 10 to 1. We go up to 150.
Okay.
So it'd be 75 at halftime. And, unless we can go a little bit longer, we'll go to 175, But, I get it in, man. I play pretty frequently.
You're not busy at all, are you?
Oof.
You're like me. It's like
I don't know what that means, though.
only.
I hear it, but
What's it?
some things just about life, and
Yeah.
I guess it's,
You know what? Do what you have to do to make you happy
pretty
and
busy.
successful.
Yes.
Just to make sure to enjoy yourself while you're doing it.
Yes.
Rob,
yes,
we're excited about the water. We're going to have you
Thank
in. We're going to talk more in detail about the water. We're going to do a whole nother thing just about the water. But what we brought you here for was to drink some whiskey.
Right.
Yes.
Not a lot because you got to work out tonight.
That's true.
Definitely gonna
Yeah, that's true. Just a little sip.
But he's got his alkaline water after the fact.
That's
so we're all
right.
good.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Straighten yourself out.
I'm going to partake.
So,
right.
Amani,
Yes, sir.
you've been on the show as well.
Yes.
And we did, like I said, we tried all the Duke and Dame salted caramel flavored whiskey. We drank it straight up and on the rocks. And Matt
Great
and I-
conversation. Yeah,
we
absolutely.
enjoyed the hell out of it. You were just talking about some interesting thing because you have a partner. Your partner again?
Chima Bury.
Yeah, and he's out doing some work. Anything you can share that's going on?
Yeah, since we last spoke, we've had a lot of great developments.
I didn't want to say it because we said it off mic, and I was like, "Oh wait, can we?" I've
You
blown
never
it
know what's top.
more
Yeah.
than once. I've blown crap. It's like Highclere Castle. He told us some stuff, and it was like he's like the cameras are off, right? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm not going to say it now because I don't want to get in trouble. But all right. So what can we tell us? You guys.
So we've expanded into the Caribbean in a variety of different ways. First, we started a relationship last year with Carnival Cruise Lines. So we're officially on 24 ships, and we'll be on the 25th as of May 2nd next week.
Awesome.
So that's pretty good. A lot of exposure, obviously. We also expanded into a handful of Caribbean islands, including Turks and Caicos, Aruba, Cayman Islands, U.S. Virgin Islands, and Puerto Rico. And we're working on a deal with...
And Michigan. That's right there. All that in
there's a lot
common.
of water, right? So,
Yeah.
it's almost an island. Right?
A lot of water.
Yeah, and so that's exciting. So Chima was in the Caribbean last week,
Okay.
tightening up some of those deals. So.
That is
While
great.
you're here in Michigan.
Yes.
So the
But at least it's not December, right?
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah,
This is
weather's
very
been
true.
nice.
So when
it's
I'm at
75 degrees.
Yeah.
when I'm at the resorts
Yeah.
and when I'm on a cruise,
Yeah.
right? People are drinking not straight up. People are drinking cocktails.
Cocktails.
Oh, yeah.
People are mixing it up.
Oh yeah.
Called boat drinks for a reason.
That's it.
That's right.
yeah.
So
Vacation
Amani,
drinking.
They're not drinking champagne cocktails?
Champagne cocktail.
Champagne cocktail. Duke and Dame on the website there.
Yes.
You have some pretty cool recipes.
We do. We do.
And you through to no fault of your own, and you've become quite the mixologist. You were sitting here. We prepped before we started recording because we paused like twice. But you did a little pre-mixing. So we got some cocktails in store for us today. What's on tap? Where are we going? What are we doing?
So, these are all very easy to make cocktails.
Okay.
Right? So you can be your own bartender, mixologist at home. We're going to do a cocktail that I love. It's one of our first cocktails when we first developed Duke and Dame.
Okay.
It's kind of like our, what's an easy cocktail people can make at home.
Yeah.
We can kind of advertise. It's a pineapple whiskey mule.
Okay.
It's kind of like the Moscow Mule, except it's whiskey instead of vodka.
All right.
And it's a little bit more tropical. It has pineapple juice, lemon juice, and, of course, a ginger beer, adding some spice.
All right.
And I love that one because it kind of really shows the versatility of the whiskey, right? You get the tropical from the pineapple, citrus from the lemon, the spice from the ginger beer, all interplaying with that caramel whiskey, and it blends perfectly.
All right, so let's rewind.
And then we garnish it
Okay, go.
with a rosemary sprig.
The rosemary.
So you're getting the herbal as well.
I saw the rosemary over there.
Yeah,
I was like,
I saw that too.
ooh, here we go. All right, so let's rewind just slightly because we're dealing with whiskey here,
Yep.
but it's salted caramel flavored whiskey,
Right.
and that's the thing about packaging in the United States. You got to be really precise. They are very picky about what
Indeed.
you put on the
Indeed.
label, especially when it comes into the spirits.
Right.
So let's rewind. What? Generally, how old is it? And what's the proof on what's happening in the bottle? What's happening in the bottle?
Right. So in that bottle, excuse me, there's a 100% corn whiskey blend.
Oh, okay.
It includes a 2-year aged bourbon,
Okay.
100% natural, nothing artificial. So that beautiful color there is coming from the bourbon.
Okay.
It's 70 proof.
It's gorgeous.
So, it's not as strong as your typical tequila, but it still has a kick.
And it's so it's flavored. And what are the flavoring?
It's salted caramel.
Well, there you
It
go.
is caramel, natural caramel flavoring with a dash of salt.
All right.
Just a dash.
So that's
Just a dash.
that is a fun Augie. We were
Yeah.
going to have you
That dash of salt
do a.
matters.
Did you get a
Like when
pour?
they say,
Yes, I got a pour,
do that
and this is
matters
my
really
first
when they put
experiment,
it-
first
do
taste.
Do that actually change? I'm sorry.
You're good.
Do that change the actual taste? Just the dash.
Chief, let me tell you, when we were developing a whiskey, it's all about chemistry. So we were learning as we went along. And when you add the salt, it actually adds something to the whiskey. I don't want to give
I'ma
my
tell-
secrets away, but let me just say it adds a little
I
something.
hope I like, because I haven't been a super fan of the sweet salted stuff. I'm very peculiar
Understood,
about that. So if
understood.
it got a right blend,
And let me
I'm
tell
on
you,
it.
the
You know
salt
what I'm
is
saying?
very subtle, right?
Right.
Nobody wants to drink salty whiskey. So some
Tell
people
that to
don't
all
even
the
get the
people
salt.
Until you tried it.
Right. Some people get it on the front end and it's very subtle. Some people get it on the back end. Everyone's palate is different.
So, because when you sniff a bourbon, it's you got vanillas, you got caramels, you got sometimes you have some smoke in it,
Right.
And when we nose this, the caramel is there, but it's a distinctively unique.
It's
its
not a caramel.
own. It's its own caramel.
It's reminiscent of stuff that you've probably experienced in the past, but just on that nose itself, that caramel is it's there. You
Right.
know you're going to get a salted caramel.
So that's what's in this glass.
Oh,
here.
I was gonna.
And so
Well, you gave it to. All right.
yeah, he's good.
That's
He's
what's
good.
in
if
this
you're gonna
glass.
you want to try it now?
I was gonna. I was bringing a glass for
Okay.
I
Chief.
thought we
Yeah.
had already tried.
No,
I
no,
took care
go,
of it.
man.
I took care of it.
August jumped in.
I'll
August
wait
didn't
for it.
wait for me to
Yeah,
walk you
that's
through
what
and taste it.
Hold on, let's
I want to get
Try
a
it.
whip ahead of time.
Let me
Try it,
wait.
try it,
No,
try
No, let's do it now. Let's do it now. So
I got
Chief,
a fresh pour too.
if you don't mind, give me 2 sips.
2 sips.
Yeah, that first sip, you notice
I like
the aroma, right? Very aroma forward. And
I
as
like
you
one, so I'm gonna be real.
and as you taste it, right, you'll notice it's very caramel forward in the taste. Very smooth, right? And you don't get that harsh whiskey burn,
Nope. There's
Not at all.
right?
But there's enough to let you know it's there.
Oh yeah, you get a little. It's like a nice warming sensation. Now, in your second sip, you're going to notice the bourbon notes start to round out a bit more. So you should start getting little hints of oak, maybe some spice on the back end, maybe some citrus or burnt orange notes,
So
It's a build up. Yeah, no.
that's good.
right? And so it's that unique. That's really what makes us different. That
It's definitely
unique
a
layered
build-up.
tasting profile.
No, I like it.
The first time
like it.
on the first sip, it rolls across the roof of my mouth, and on the second one, it kind of goes across the edges of the tongue.
Yeah, exactly.
On the 2 sips.
Yep.
And the caramel it's like in bourbon, it's subtle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got that subtle caramel, and this is very. I'm going to say sweet. It is, but it is on the candied side of the caramel.
Right.
It's very caramel forward. It says fucking salted caramel right on the cover.
Now,
it's going to be very caramel.
People are
Jamie.
surprised to find out that there's only 1 gram of sugar per serving.
Wow.
In the whiskey.
Okay.
It actually smells sweeter than it is.
Yeah.
To put that in perspective, Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey, which, they do a great job, they have 5 grams of sugar per serving.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're actually,
it's sweet.
Yeah, this runs down the glass. It doesn't stick like it's going to stick your fingers together.
It's a whiskey first. It's real whiskey. It's not.
I'll tell you where
syrup
what this
added
reminds
on to
me of.
You can find a little even healthier note on that also.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But still to have the taste.
I mentioned this to you before. This is, for me, it's nostalgia.
Yes.
Because when you taste it, the nostalgia of remembering going into your grandmother's purse and finding that caramel.
That Werther's original.
That Werther's
right.
original. And just popping that in.
And that's exactly when.
Well,
so
I
my
was going to
business
go
partner,
there, but
Chima,
That's the
right.
smell, like immediate.
This was his idea, and it was really about getting that nostalgic feeling of Werther's original or the Sugar Daddy candies we had as kids.
Oh, sure. I can't tell you how many times I put a sugar daddy down into my sock. And
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say
home.
something else.
I know. It was getting weird. He's
All right.
the body language
Cocktails.
confused me. So I tell you what, I'm not a chocolate eater. I am when I like my candy and my sweets, I go with like the Skittles and the jelly beans.
Yes. Chewy
But
stuff. Yeah.
someone dropped off chocolates at the office, and I'm like, it's just chocolate. He goes, no, it's salted caramel chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't stop eating the damn
Oh
things.
no, those are crazy.
And if everyone told me when I was 16, 17 years old that you're going to put salt on your chocolate and it's going to be better,
right.
you're going to be like, no, I don't make no damn sense
At all.
at all.
Right.
But it works, and this works.
Right.
And I was expecting a stickier, heavier viscosity that I didn't get, and that really impressed me.
Thank you.
So I'm happy with
Amani, is that telling you that we've all grabbed the bottle at least twice?
You know what? I love to see it. That warms my heart, honestly.
It's warming mine right now, too.
All right, so Amani, the first thing up was the mule. What mule
Let's
is
do
it?
the mule first. The pineapple whiskey mule.
The pineapple whiskey mule. Make some magic for me, man.
August and Chief, your first time trying it. Did you get the salt?
Yeah. I thought I was eating the salted caramels
at
at the
the
office.
end,
You got it at the end, right?
Right at the end.
Okay, both of you at the
because
end.
it seems like when they resonate on the tongue, the
Exactly,
salt
right on the
sit
tip-
a little
it sits
bit,
on the tip of
a
your
little
tongue.
bit
It's
longer.
subtle, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Very.
I'm getting it in. I get it in the nose a little bit too because I'm looking for it and I know it's going to be
Right,
there.
right,
so
right.
I get it in the nose because I'm
You
looking
have a
for
sharp
it.
nose. You're getting the salt in the nose?
It is.
Wow.
I am. It's a story I'm sticking
He's
with.
been assaulted in the nose many times.
All right, let's do the first one.
Let's
So,
do it. All
I'm
right.
going to grab some ice out of here.
Here, I'll get it.
Okay.
You a Noop sitting down there, man?
What's that?
You a Noop sitting down there?
Yes, sir. Cap out the side.
All right, so while you're doing that, make sure to follow the Man Cave Happy Hour, do those podcasty things, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff,
University of Iowa.
and then go back and
They stopped that line twice. Then I was online.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I went to the Drake Relays, the honorary. So they kind of called me still, but I left Iowa before.
Okay.
They dropped that line, so we couldn't finish that year.
That happens.
So then I left Iowa,
And you never came back.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah.
yeah, so podcasty stuff.
But those my guys.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm just excited to try. I'm just excited. To
They
try
were
this.
talking to a whole different audience there that we weren't privy to.
I'm a fraternity boy myself.
We're going to do, we start with
We were nowhere that cool.
2
though.
ounces
It's,
of Duke and Dame
2 ounces, all right, on the mule.
on the mule.
All right.
You know, a lot of bars we use 1.5 ounces.
Sure.
But, you know, I like to taste the whiskey.
You know what? It's all our favorite bartenders. They're like,
August.
make it boozy.
retire
Tara,
Every
I'm going to
time.
make
Sarah, Flavor
make 2
Journal.
batches, so.
Yep.
Augie, they
Double
make
it up.
it boozy.
Tara. Yeah. Tara. Sarah. Yeah. they
Well,
just-
I was a dive bar bartender. I wasn't a mixologist. You know the difference between a mixologist? You know what a mixologist is? It's a
What?
bartender that doesn't have to punch anybody. That's a mixologist.
Yes.
Follow that up
I
with
get
an
it.
ounce
I get
of pineapple juice.
Ounce of pineapple juice. All
I
right.
get that.
2 on the Duke, 1 on the
and a
pineapple.
quarter of an
Iowa.
ounce of lemon
And we was
juice.
always like parties,
So,
so you get the difference.
fresh lemon
between-
juice?
Fresh
I'm like
lemon
solid
Fresh
and
lemon
the
juice,
bartender
Right.
with this.
I'm a Spartan myself.
Oh,
Fellow
that's
Big
cool.
Ten
That's
guy.
my family, my godfather.
And then we do a nice shake on that.
All right. There you go.
That's family.
Such a brilliant sound.
That is. It's good stuff.
Mike Garland.
I feel like we should line up some.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I know. So, and these are going to the mule cups.
Yes, sir.
You got the proper mules in there.
The mule cups.
Are mule shot glasses a thing?
Mule shot
They make them,
glasses.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
they
make
do.
them.
Little brass, little copper.
So
Oh, look at the color on
what
it.
I love about pineapple, you actually get a little frothiness from it when you shake.
Yeah. And that's what we learned. If it's got fruit in it, you shake it.
Right. Anything else, you stir it.
Stir it. Little things we learn on the Man Cave.
Little things.
It's the little things that make the big difference, really. Then.
All right.
It's always
Story of my life.
Don't want to.
Attention to detail? What?
Yeah.
Get some ice in those cups with the mule.
These sound effects are golden.
Love it.
And then we top it off with a couple ounces of the ginger beer.
Oh,
Oh,
ginger
okay.
beer in it too.
That's what makes it a mule.
So, is there a ginger beer that you prefer?
You know what? I like the spicier ginger
Okay,
beers.
sure.
But not everybody likes spice.
Right.
So it really depends on your palate.
All right.
So what I'm using today is Goslings.
Goslings. All right.
It's full flavored. Yeah, they make a diet one too.
Yep.
All right.
And so then
August,
I'm going
you're part of the ginger family, right? You like ginger beer?
Yes, I drink everything. Everything I drink with either ginger ale or ginger ale.
dehydrated.
Dehydrated.
lemon wheel in
Are
there.
they?
Just a little garnish.
Those are dehydrated what?
Lemon wheels.
Lemon
We
wheels.
got
These are fancy,
No,
fancy.
listen, you can make
And-
those.
that's a whole Christmas
Thing
tree.
is, I got a feeling he could punch somebody though.
Rosemary. All
I
right.
got
There's
it.
a whole
Rosemary
Christmas tree
and
in that
thyme.
If
boy.
anybody's looking at the video, he's got some guns.
Yeah, he
I-
can
it's-
punch
give it a
somebody. I ain't gonna
little
call him
stir.
mixologist.
All right.
Right.
And who wants to be my guinea pig on these two?
I gotta do it, man.
All right.
Augie, then Augie, you're next.
Well, you're working out.
Let
later,
the
sir.
I still want to
founders.
taste that. That looks pretty
Let the
good.
founders at this first.
Maybe you want to pour me a little before you.
Yeah.
Can you
Let's
pour me
see.
a little?
All right.
Yeah, here's a
Hit me off a little.
clean cup. You
I have
use that?
cooties.
Okay.
You said I have cooties.
Oh, you want a clean
no,
cup?
I got cooties.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Jamie
He's got
doesn't.
it. Yeah, he's got a little something in there. You don't want to mix
So
the.
what aroma are you getting?
Appreciate you.
All right.
There's definitely citrus on that, but
Yep.
the thyme, the rosemary,
Rosemary, yeah.
rosemary's. I think rosemary and thyme,
this
the
is
song.
like a,
So, cause the rosemary's there, but then the
It
citrus
gives
is
you like
there
a
as
key
well.
lime hint. Almost like you eating a
Oh.
key lime
Yeah,
type
it's very
of pie.
citrus forward.
It's
Yep.
way. It's so light. The froth.
Yes.
It is.
Give you
It's,
like a-
It is
it's
light.
the frothy. The taste is frothy.
It's
Hey, I like
refreshing.
this right here.
My goodness, that is really refreshing. There's a bit of sweetness to it at the same time because of the sweetness from the pineapple, but then the
And the
sweetness
ginger beer as well.
but then the salted caramel on top of that as well. It's it's there, but you don't know it's there at the same time.
Exactly.
Right.
Wow.
That's
I
dangerous.
can't
is
really
what that
taste the
is.
caramel until like my third one. Until like my
See,
third
people are surprised. What do you do with a salted caramel whiskey? Well, whatever you want. You can mix it in everything because the caramel still comes through, but it's
Yeah.
not.
And
It's
you
not.
don't even know what's in here. Though.
It doesn't take over the drink. It just kind of accents. it.
But you know what's in here.
Right.
You know it's there.
You feel me? How can that be? You don't know what's in here, but you know what's in here.
That's the beauty of the froth.
Right.
So, and I can see why a resort would like to have this.
Oh, yeah.
On hand to make a custom cocktail that you're not gonna.
A straight
get
bourbon would
any-
dominate that blend.
Yeah.
A straight bourbon, it would burn, you would
Yeah.
hear it, you'd feel it.
Yeah.
It's a different entity with that
You
that,
couldn't do
ingredients
two full.
Oh, that's
You
nice.
couldn't do 2 full ounces. On a
of Jack Daniels and that or something like that.
100 proof something. Yeah.
That was nice.
You like that?
That was nice, man.
Perfect on a summer afternoon on the front porch at the pool on the boat.
You know what?
Man.
Even
And what's
after
the name of this?
Pineapple whiskey mule, Duke and Dane pineapple whiskey mule.
even after mowing the lawn,
So
you
this,
sit back.
this should be
you sit back
nationally
with
known, then, right?
I don't put a
Like,
pine tree in anything
I
I'm
should
mowing
be
the
able to
lawn
go to
with.
every
If you're already smelling it, might as well have it.
We're trying to get there. We're trying to get there.
Man, we're going to get you there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right.
gonna get you
So
there, man.
We approve.
That's
I approve.
Can you make me another
Did you
one?
come with your A+ game first? I mean, I was supposed to go like with your least
supposed to-
into the
here.
better. You're supposed to build them up.
No,
You
we
came
are
in strong.
Oh, we're building up.
We're building up.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
We set the bar here. We're going to be a
Listen,
here.
listen.
All right.
These
building
are
up.
these are simple enough. You know, the dehydrated lemon's like a nice gourmet touch. You don't absolutely need
You
that.
don't need that,
The
no.
rosemary, you kind of need that for this mix.
You really don't.
No?
We like to garnish with the rosemary again because it gives you that extra aroma, the herbal, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if you're making this at home, you can just do Duke and Dame, pineapple, lemon, ginger beer, and it's really, really
I'll
good.
tell you, it's
I need that extra little.
The rosemary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need that. It does something to it. Yeah.
But I mean, if you've been mowing the grass and your
Yeah.
wife working you in the yard, and then you need something cool and fun,
Right.
you could whip this up pretty quick.
Very quick.
Yeah,
Very quick. Very
yeah,
quick.
All right,
That's
wow.
really good.
You ready for number 2?
Go for it, man.
All right, so let's get some crowd participation. We could go one of two ways. We can keep it citrus forward, right? Keep cleaning our palates, and then end with the whiskey forward. Or we could take a break from the citrus and do a whiskey forward cocktail first, and then finish up with the citrus forward.
Let's keep going with the citrus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we stick that. I can stick with that.
All right.
And we'll stick it on the landing with the bourbon,
Fantastic.
with the whiskey
Fantastic.
flavor.
All right, so the next cocktail is called Make Me Blush.
Make me blush.
And you'll see why it's called that in a second. All right.
What was that again, Jamie?
You made me snort because I was thinking of it. I was trying to think of a dirty joke. And I just was like, maybe I'll pull my
So-
penis out. Okay, it's like I don't know. So make me inappropriate. I don't know.
Again, we're going to start with
There's a reason they don't let me out in public.
2 ounces of Duke and Dame.
2 ounces?
Yep.
So are you using a specific glass for this one?
Yeah, we're going to use coupe glasses.
Coupe glasses, okay.
Try to get a little bit more ice in there just to... All right, so 2 ounces Duke and Dame.
Wow.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
2 ounces of Duke and Dame. All right. The coupe glass is your like champagne glass, not the flute, but the one that you spill all over the place. 'cause
The one
your
that you're
liver's
supposed to serve a Manhattan in.
Yes, yes, those are the coupes.
So 2 ounces of Duke and Dame, 1 ounce of fresh grapefruit juice.
Fresh grapefruit juice. In fresh, we found that we were talking to our friend Sarah from the Flavor Journal.
Yes.
And Tara, they fresh. They advocate for fresh, and it does make
Makes
a
a
huge
difference.
difference.
It really does.
Half an ounce of fresh lemon juice.
All right.
Well,
Half an ounce of red wine.
I saw you cracking the red wine. I'm like,
Does it
where's that coming?
matter?
It does not matter. You can use any red wine.
Red blend or a Cabernet or
I'm using a Cabernet.
Okay.
Cabernet works very well.
I make wine, so it's not all the same.
It's not all the same, but you're using
You get a
half
good
an
red
ounce
blend.
of
I
it,
think
right.
is okay.
this is where the blush comes in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is
go.
now
There
we're
you go.
blushing. Now we're blushing.
And then we're doing half an ounce of agave.
All right. Ooh.
Now, one thing about the whiskey, it's flavored, but if you add just a drop of citrus, the sweetness goes away. So
explain that. Help me understand that.
Well, because it's not that much sugar in it,
Oh, okay.
right? Again, a lot of the sweetness comes from the aroma. That's why your second sip, you taste more of the whiskey because you become adjusted to the aroma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so much is
Your
smell.
palate, your olfactory senses have
Exactly.
adjusted to
Exactly.
that salted caramel piece. Yeah.
I'm going to give this one a really, really nice shake
All right.
Shake.
because we're going to serve this one straight up.
Okay.
Cool. You said straight up.
Tell you what. When you're sitting around a cocktail bar
And you hear that
and
shake.
you hear that shake,
The-
you
the-
know
the
that's something
Tips.
special.
Augie, that's a rum and coke. What do you do?
Dive bar.
All right.
So August, real quick, how many years did you spend at Whiskey in the Jar in Hamtramck?
15 years bartending at 8 bar stools and a pool table dive bar in Hamtramck.
Okay, so how did you come to actually work at Whiskey in the Jar?
My friend bought it.
Hey, you
That's
want to
seriously what it
bartend
was.
for me?
He was. It's what happened. His now wife was the bartender on a Friday night, and she didn't want to work. He's like, let's just go out. They just started dating. You hire your, that's how, people, bar owners would hire girls when they're single, and they're like, well, let's go on a date. Well, they're now married with 2 kids, so it worked out in this case. But he was actually a Hamtramck City councilman, and I was working for a state senator at the time. And, I didn't have much to do on the weekends. I only worked, I didn't work much on Fridays. He's like, hey, I need someone to work on a Friday. I've never bartended before. He goes, it's whiskey in the jar, man. You ain't making cocktails. You're just pouring shots and opening beer bottles. And that was 15 years ago. And since then, we've raised like $60,000 in charity money over the years for our tracksuit parties. Which thank you guys very much. We're at almost we're about $2,500 we raised.
That's great.
For the tracksuit party for the Detroit Friendship House at our last event, which was last time I was here, we promoted that. So I throw a tracksuit party every year in Hamtramck. Everyone wears vintage tracksuits and gets all dolled up. And
so this one I've garnished with a dehydrated
back to the booze.
Orange wheel.
Dehydrated. Okay, these are dehydrated oranges. All right.
It's really nice if you have edible flowers.
Okay,
but those are hard to find.
Yeah.
But
edible flowers. Why edible flowers?
Because they're so pretty.
It's cool.
Oh, okay.
It's cool, yo.
Okay, that's right. I didn't know it was part of
the cocktail is called Make Me Blush. It's a blush colored cocktail.
Yes.
A nice edible flower on top of that will really.
It's the only way it could be better right now, Amani, is if it had a freaking umbrella in it. I'm telling you.
There you go.
I'm an umbrella kind of guy.
Oh, I'd never shy away from any kind of obnoxious garnish.
Do you want
a
a little splash of this?
Let's do that.
Let me do this. Oh, this is right over my laptop. That'd be a good spot.
Do it.
All right.
Well done.
All right, gentlemen.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers.
No blushing. No blushing. All right, fair play. Okay, sniffing.
Oh, man. Hey, you got some nice mixes here.
Mm-hmm.
This nice right
Thank
here.
you, sir.
I need this for an event or something, bro.
You're right, because it doesn't.
So what's the title of this one again?
Make Me Blush.
Yeah. Make Me Blush.
Right.
Okay, so we got you called 2 ounces.
It's got actual
ounces
whiskey in it, so
day.
guys will drink it.
Half an ounce.
Right, Chief.
I'm sorry, 1 ounce of grapefruit juice,
Grapefruit.
fresh. Half an ounce of lemon. Half an ounce of red wine, and half an ounce of agave.
Normally, I'm not like big on grapefruits, but it's not overpowering in here. It blends in. I think the wine tempers.
Yes.
I think the wine tempers the grapefruit.
It does.
Okay, so the wine tempers the
acidity. It cuts
So
it.
I'm not opposed to lemons. Now my wife, she hates but she like limes.
not a big
She's like
fan.
limes is like a no go for her. And most of the cocktails she drinks usually come with a lime garnish. She gets all cheesed off. She's like, I asked for a lemon, and I get a little, if it's too grapefruity, I'm like, if I see it in the mix, I'll usually steer away from that cocktail.
Yeah.
But this with the wine in it, it's not.
Grapefruit can have a certain acidic punch to it.
It can.
It can.
I'm a little sad that I gave some to Robert. Because I want it back. No, I'm teasing, man. I'm happy to share. I'm happy to share.
I appreciate it. That was
for me,
a nice little shot.
that salted caramel is so it's there.
It's there. It's always there.
But it hits you after the fact when you didn't expect it.
Exactly.
And that is one of my favorite things about this right here.
I want to try this with a different spirit in it and see if it's as good. Like, this can't be as good with like rum in it, right? Because that's going to taste.
Well,
it's going to cheapen the taste.
It'll
I think
be a totally
little bit,
different taste,
Yeah.
right?
It's not going to work. It only works because of the salted caramel.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I was making this with rum, I would also add maybe some
That hint
velvet for Lernum.
Well, I would go with a dark rum, like a
dark,
dark,
be a
not
dark
a spice,
rum.
but like that.
Yeah,
that
I would do a dark
that molassesy rum would be the only thing that would work. But
You can't do
I
Kraken.
can't.
You can't do Kraken.
Well, Kraken, I would do. I like Kraken. I ain't afraid of no Kraken. Kraken's my jam.
No, this keeps going. This just
But this is really good, and again,
And it's
you
refreshing.
You don't see this coming
Right.
from this bottle.
Exactly.
You wouldn't see this coming. So kudos for figuring this out. Nice work.
So these 2 recipes are they on the website?
The Pineapple Whiskey Mule is on the website.
Okay.
The Make Me Blush is not on the website, but I believe there's a video on Instagram
Okay.
We also have.
So you guys.
Well, you got an Instagram the pub.
Oh,
Here we go. Now we got to talk about that.
Duke and Dame Whiskey is the Instagram and Facebook.
All right.
Ooh,
And
we'll share
Duke
that.
and Dame Whiskey on YouTube as well. We have YouTube videos and show how to make some cocktails as well.
That is fun.
That's so good. I'm sorry. I haven't been saying much because I've just been sitting back here sipping on this thing.
So
all right.
So the dehydrated orange and
Right.
the dehydrated lemon.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you do those yourself? Do you
Yeah,
get them
so,
prepared?
you
How
know,
do you dehydrate?
You can buy a dehydrator, but who does that?
Air fryer.
You can use an air
You
fryer.
can air fryer.
Which
Yeah.
I've
Is
heard.
there a
You just
product
can't go
from George
super high in the
Foreman
temp. You just
that,
go low. We
so-
do it with mangoes. Michelle does it all the time.
Okay.
So what I do, I slice them. I put them in the oven,
Okay.
kind of like around 200 degrees.
Just on a cookie sheet
and
or
just
something?
on like
Just on some
not a cookie sheet, one of those things that
Like on parchment paper almost?
not on
or-
paper. It's almost like what are they called? It's like elevated off of the pan.
A broiler?
It has
Okay, just like a rack?
Yeah, like
The broiler.
almost like a broiler rack.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So just on a rack of
We,
some
we,
sort?
we do
Exactly.
190 in
And
the
then
air fryer.
and then just be
rack 'em.
patient.
Yeah.
You know, flip it. It might take an
Okay.
hour or so.
Yeah.
But flip it every 10, 15 minutes.
Folks will do that with the strawberry to make licorice.
Oh, there you go.
Right, to
I
make
didn't know
that,
that.
yeah.
That's how you make strawberry licorice?
Yeah.
Huh.
Just take a strawberry and just throw it in the oven and do the exact same thing.
Really?
And you get like a Twizzler almost.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Huh.
I've done it.
I did not know.
All right.
Learning something new. All right.
So
I-
did you homemake these?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
I
these
made
are
them today.
wonderful.
I
Just for
do
you
hope
guys.
I have the
feel
right.
so, Amadi, we feel so special that you made these for us.
So here's the thing: after you do it, how do you store them? Do you just throw them in the cupboard, or do you put
You
them?
know, I usually, when I do it, I make what I need for that day.
Or you mason jar them, seal them up.
But I have, you can put them in a Ziploc bag. They
Yeah.
probably last for, I'm not sure how long they last.
Okay.
'Cause
Shelf
I'll,
life.
I'll always use them.
Right.
But they probably last for a few days at least.
Yeah.
All right.
No, more. You get a little bit longer. When you dry the stuff out, if you fully dehydrate them
Yeah.
good, you can get weeks out of them.
Okay.
Before
Okay.
they're not. Yeah, but you refrigerate them.
Sure.
We would put them in like a mason jar. Just put them in the fridge.
Nice.
But Ziploc bag works too.
Sure.
I think if you have a working bar at home or a dry bar at home or what have you.
Yeah, you don't want to forget about them and
You
leave them
don't
down there
wanna
because the
forget-
mice get them. But
Right,
you got to
right,
put them in
right.
the fridge.
Good
yeah.
idea,
You bring
bad
them out.
idea.
They're an event-driven product anyway.
Exactly.
But that's the
Exactly.
thought process. If you're going to be, having folks over and you want to make them a cocktail, you want to have some set aside. You don't want to have to like 4 or 5. You want to have
That's
a
true.
handful.
Yeah.
Right? I love it.
All right.
So I'm adding you on Instagram here, Duke and Dame. I'm worried. I want to make sure I have the right one because this does have that allmylinks.com Duke and Dame, which is usually for something else. So this is
What's that? Let me see. That's it. Duke and
that's
Dame
it.
whiskey.
Okay. So all my links isn't going to take me to an OnlyFans.
Nope.
Okay.
Again.
Nope.
Again.
Nope.
All right, we got you. We're following.
All right. Are we ready?
Oh, that was nice. So what's the next cocktail?
We're
gonna
making a classic Manhattan.
do? All right. Oh, all right.
Hey, sure. You want to hit off this? Yeah. There you go.
All right. Classic Manhattan. I got to
need-
clear my
I need you
palate.
guys-
Leave a man
Exactly.
out over there. He's,
I'm going to clear my
So
palate.
you
with
guys
the-
would enjoy that one.
So funny
Cheers.
story for you.
Yeah,
The
I'm
last
feeling
time I
nice
had
over
Manhattans,
here. Me.
it was the evening before Easter.
Okay.
So a Saturday evening going into Easter Sunday. And I had friends over, and my daughters were over as well. And I was making Manhattans the entire evening. And I went through probably about half a bottle of whiskey. I was drinking on Old Forester with the Manhattans.
Yep. Yep.
And yeah, at one point I look over and I'm just sipping on a drink and I look down and it's gone. I'm like, I didn't drink it that fast. I look over at one of my daughters and she goes, "That was really good. You need to make some
How old
more."
is your daughter?
27.
Okay.
the story wasn't getting too weird. It was just acknowledging a fan of the product.
All right.
Legal
So-
fan. Legal fan. So, all right. So you're going to just a straight up Manhattan. That's what the Luxardos are there for, I think. So, but I'm going to clear my palate with
as
a
am
little
I, the whole
splash,
time.
a little splash of the RX.
Yeah, thanks for bringing this in, Chief. This is
Yeah.
the perfect little palate cleanser in between.
I'm telling you, with the electrolytes.
This is a dry water. When you drink it, you'll notice that.
Yeah.
It's a
Yes.
dry water. That's the pH in it.
Now, when you're working out and you drink this, either during or after, do you feel the difference?
Oh yeah.
So you,
Oh,
yeah. So if you had a choice of drinking this or say Gatorade,
Oh, I drink this for sure.
okay, because obviously you don't have the sugar and
Right.
I like the aluminum
It's
bottle
cleansing
myself.
you- It's cleansing you at the same time.
Right,
too.
right.
All right. So, Chief, if this says it's 9.5 pH. What does
sir.
what does is it? Are there different for the
pHs?
the different electrolyted waters? Right.
Yeah.
Is there?
Like,
Is that standard? Is it?
Yeah, no, anything pretty much over 7
Okay.
is has alkaline in it or
Okay.
alkaline. Pretty much has alkaline in it. But anything that has 9.5, anything with that or anything living in your body, it shouldn't be living after you drinking that after a while.
Right.
Like that's what it dissolves. Like
Okay.
Your sickness, you got any viruses or mucuses down there in your stomach.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You keep drinking that over time, yeah. That's what
Really?
it do, and we're medically back. You know, also for
8.5
that.
to 9.5 is like the recommended World Health pH of water if you're going to be drinking water.
Okay.
Now, most people just
what's
drink
coming
what
up
they get.
when you're coming out of your tap? Generally speaking.
I'll have to ask Jeeves.
Okay.
Pretty much,
Yeah, or Mr.
All right.
Google. Yeah,
pretty
Because
much
you were
less-
pretty
but when
quick
I-
on that.
but when I-
stat.
because when I
about
buy 'em,
5
I
or
always
less
go
than
higher.
5, right?
I always go with
think
the
it's
highest
5 or
ones.
less, right? Coming out of the tap, right?
I always
It's
go
like
if I'm going
5
to
or
buy
less?
water
Yeah.
and it has an alkaline on it. I always go for like the 8.5 or the 9.5, something
Oh,
like
so
that.
what's coming out of your tap? Generally speaking,
Well, a
is
lot
5,
of water. Some
5 or
water is
less?
like I think Dasani is like 6. and
Okay. All right.
A lot of waters are 5 and 4 because that's what a lot of water is not alkaline. So, you know,
So no fluoride. Come on, man. What about my teeth?
Brush them.
pretty much.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's what Crest is for, brother.
I know. No, I know.
You wanted us to add a whole bunch of minerals
I know,
in there?
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just. That's one of those tinfoil hat people argument. It's like,
Yeah, the fluorides control you.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we got
good
several
stuff. Oh,
different bottles. We
we're
got
shipped
a 1.5 liter coming out and gallon coming out.
Okay.
We have 24 ounce.
So when someone walks
6%.
into a store looking for the RX, is it just with the waters? Is it up on the front counter? Where do people generally find this? And where do they?
It's definitely near the water.
Okay.
It's definitely near the water.
Fair play.
I just, you know.
All right.
Amani,
Dealing up.
Yeah,
we're going with the Manhattans, right?
So Manhattan. It really, for me, it's all about. We had this conversation the last time.
I got
right?
in trouble for my vermouth game.
The sweet vermouth that you use
Yep.
can change the drink.
Yes,
100%.
yes, it can.
So I like Antica formula.
Yep.
Last time you guys asked me what was my favorite, I could not remember the name for anything.
Yeah.
The bottle kind of looks like the Dolan a
The
little
Dolan,
bit.
yeah, it does.
But it's not. So I was thinking of Dolan, but
Of-
Antica formula.
There's
Really,
that.
really good.
There's
Of the sweet vermouths?
the
Yes,
cookie. The
of the
cookie
sweet
too. It looks like coochie, but it.
Okay. All right.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, but I'm going to take your word for it. Mr. Flanagan.
I just like calling it coochie just because it's funny to say.
But I'll tell you, of the sweet vermouths that I've had so far, this Antica formula is probably is one of my favorites that I've
Definitely
had.
my favorite.
This is what I was partaking of the night before Easter Sunday. That's what the vermouth that I was using. 'Cause it's really, really good. And Jamie's going to try it all by itself just to see.
I just do a little splash in there.
Because with the vermouths, they use grapes, right?
That
And-
looked pretty thick.
It's more
Okay.
it's grapes. It's fermented
right there,
grapes
that
is what
looked
it comes down
pretty
to,
thick
right?
right there.
Yeah.
So and
It's
it's how they
syrupy almost,
Yep,
like
it's
that.
how they
Sorry.
ferment them. That's where the vermouth is going to change the drink like that. Be just how they ferment the grape itself.
It's strong.
It is strong, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see how
You
you
do
hold
that.
you.
I have a cousin that drinks straight vermouth, and I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a
It
jam.
like it's strong.
A
You
lot
see
of
how
those-
It's a
it
good.
is?
It's aperitif.
yeah,
so
it's an aperitif. It's like an after dinner type deal or a dessert type deal.
I mean, people drink Fernet, and I think they're all weird too. So,
I love Fernet.
oh, I can't. Just so much.
And orange bitters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That I can do.
I like to do in my Manhattan, my Duke and Dame Manhattan, 2 ounces of Duke and Dame, 0.75 ounce of the sweet vermouth.
Okay. 0.75.
Yes, not a full ounce.
Why not a full ounce? Is it just because of the sweetness of it?
No,
Because the
I
man
think-
did his research, and this is what tastes like this, and this is what tastes
So,
like that.
You
Thanks,
think,
Augie.
you think about your traditional Manhattan,
Yeah.
right? You're typically using a heavier bourbon,
True.
right?
This is true.
So Duke and Dame is not as heavy on
Okay.
the bourbon
All right.
as that. So I like to cut the vermouth a little bit.
So the R&D speaks for itself.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Fair enough.
And then a couple dashes of orange bitters.
More excellent sound effects to keep for the future.
Yes. Again, Swirl, swirl, tip, tip, tip,
Swirl,
tip.
swirl. Tips, 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 tips.
I have not perfected my swirl yet, but
Oh, you got it. You got it.
That's what. Never mind.
You got to get the back and forth finger roll. You know.
So
the-
but it's
What's
so
that?
we did
that's
the man cave signature cocktail. It's the witty comeback.
Yes.
Sarah at a Flavor Journal put it together, and she did the Amaro. The
Amaro vermouth?
Yeah, no, what's Amaro? What the hell is it?
That was that. That was a.
But it's strong, and she goes, because when I was buying it, I'm like, I was getting it from our buddy Tony down at the Wine Garden. That's where we met last.
right,
So,
yeah.
great
Oh,
spot.
I was
Tony's
getting-
the best. That back room is killer.
I was getting my
love that
Amaro
place.
down there with Tony, the Averna Amaro, and it was a little pricey on the bottle. He goes, Jim, you're gonna love this.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony's never steered me wrong, and I did. I loved it, and
That's just.
Right. So I like to add the garnish, the maraschino cherry on the bottom of the glass.
That's a Is it Luxardo cherry that you use?
Yes.
Man, I eat those things like
you
candy.
got one for Chief.
Yeah.
All right, Chief, you got one here.
You got one
That's
for
going to be
yourself?
more for Shree, I think, because this is
I'll
all
make a
octane.
quick one right now.
That's so much for working
She's
out
got to
tonight.
work out tonight. He can get
I'm
some of this.
definitely hitting the gym.
But it's how he said this, like 3/4 of a shot, because the
that's
the
for
Amaro
you,
it's like really strong.
Yeah.
and
That's all three right there, baby.
I am a sucker for
That's
these.
all you, my
oh,
guy.
and the caramel comes through. It stands up
Yes,
again.
it
It
stands-
stands up
stands
in
out.
the cocktail.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be balling tonight
Oh yeah,
at all.
that's all.
After
This
that
is
one-
straight
straight
heat.
alcohol.
This is straight heat. Yeah, straight heat.
That's all in the past now.
So-
That's
okay.
gorgeous. Oh, I didn't take a picture of it.
Here.
I know I'm
Oh,
gonna sweat real good though.
sound
I'm
effects,
definitely gonna
baby.
sweat real good off this tonight. You know?
I love this. The sound effects are amazing for tonight.
I know,
I
right?
know it's a ASMR version of the man cave. Dude, that's messed up.
Yeah.
What do you think
so
about that
good. As Jamie said, the caramel it stands out. It really does stand out. Even though it's a Manhattan, it stands out because you didn't overwhelm it with your vermouth.
Exactly. It's all about balance.
And you got to know because if it's a stronger vermouth, if it's a stronger profile, maybe a little less on the vermouth.
Right. Now this is a heavier vermouth too, right? So a lot of vermouths are lighter than that.
That's one of my favorite vermouths as well.
Yeah, that's he said that's more.
That is such a
straightforward
tasty
for
treat.
real.
Amari, that is such a tasty treat. Wow. And you wouldn't think, the salted caramel, it stands by itself. It really does.
And here's the thing: not any one of these cocktails is out of the grasp of, a don't punch me in the face mixologist bartender.
No.
At home,
No,
right?
no.
None,
I mean,
none of one
Short
of
the
these
rosemary sprig, we could make any of those just in a with stuff around the house. Yeah.
Yeah, these are all absolutely attainable.
I like my Manhattans to be a real kick in the dick.
This,
Yeah.
is,
This is a different kind of. This is different.
Yeah.
this is almost
different.
like
This is
Yeah.
an after dinner almost.
this almost feel like a yaki.
It's like an after dinner
yak.
old fashioned.
So you should have to get a
Yeah.
permission slip
It-
to make let your girl drink this. She's got to sign off.
It's smoother, right? You're not
she's gonna
getting
drink
that.
this.
Yeah.
You're not getting punched in the face by
No.
it, but you still get a little kick, but it's more.
But that's the dessert feel with the salted caramel. You get that dessert.
It's more like an open hand slap.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Will Smith of cocktails.
Pretty much.
Here's what he should do.
Right on my mouth, right.
He should. He was like in India with some,
I saw
guru.
that. Yeah.
He should slap somebody everywhere he goes now, just for fun.
I'm sorry I brought it up because now it's
All
going to be
right.
talked about again.
All right, fair play. You started it.
I did.
I just because I saw that I was like, that'd be funny if he smacked him. But I'm 12, so
These guys are.
we're 12. I'm 12. I'm 12 years old, Rob. It's just the lowest common denominator joke, and I'll make it.
It's all good.
This is it really stands up. I still totally smell the aroma. The nose is still totally just the Duke and Dane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I'm not getting much of the
You know what this tastes like to
Vermouth?
me? Carnival Cruise Lines. This tastes to me like
in
the
whiskey
Manhattan
bar, right,
and the whiskey bar with the girl and it's a setting, it's a time and place. Like I'm probably not going to make this one in my basement bar, but this is definitely you're doing it right by going at Puerto Rico, going at the islands. That's the move.
Yep,
that's the move.
When you're on a cruise, you want to find something that you're used to at home, but something that's different. This is different when you're on your cruise. I've never been on a cruise personally, but this is something that I would seek out because I want to still have reminiscence of being comfortable. So I would go towards I gravitate towards what I'm comfortable with.
Right.
But this is a twist.
Oh man, you know what? I messed up.
When you
I should have packed my smoker. We could have made smoked Manhattans.
Ooh.
Now I got to come back.
Yes.
Well,
I got a Traeger at the house. We can do it for my patio.
I do.
tell
I
you
want to
what,
get.
though,
What's your? Because I do want a smoker. It's like.
You don't have a smoker?
No, I don't.
You don't have a smoker?
I don't.
I have a
I'm
pellet
transitioning
grill.
between
I have a
homes,
pellet
so-
grill, and I love it because you can make it a smoker. You can make it just a hot grill.
Okay.
It's
I
great.
think we might have to send you some smokers.
So I do. I want to do.
I need
you know
that.
that.
You
I
need that?
just.
Okay.
You mean like the ones that you smoke right there on the
Yeah,
spot?
yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
is that
yeah,
what
yeah.
you're talking about? Like
With the wood chips in it?
Yeah,
or-
you just place it right on top of the
Put it on
glass.
top of the glass.
Wood
Yeah,
chips
I've
in
seen
there.
those too.
Torch it.
Really?
Yeah, those mini ones. Now I've seen people literally put drinks on smokers.
Yeah.
Like on their Traeger grills and on their
Oh,
especially
that's what
especially
you
their
meant. Like your
tailgating
smoker
like the
that you would
tailgate
outside.
versions
Oh, wow.
like the
Yeah,
Ranger
he
the
goes
tailgate
big or
pellet
goes
grill.
Yeah, I'm
home.
not messing
Yeah.
with that.
It's like this
Yeah.
big. The pellet grill's like this big. It's got the pellet.
Well, you got it.
No, I'm talking about the Traeger pellet grills, and people put
Wow.
their pickles on them. They put olives on them,
Okay.
and they smoke them up and get with the mesquite pellets, and
Yeah.
they get the flavor in there. And
Well, you're driving around a Bronco. You can haul that. I can't.
What I
it's the
enjoyed.
baby Bronco.
What I enjoyed about this was the presentation. You took the Luxardo Cherry and you just dropped it.
You did that first.
I did
in
that
the
first.
in the glass
Yes.
first, and then there's no
Because he's not getting tipped.
No,
you put that in
but-
last for the tip.
But here's
It's
the
a look.
thought, Jamie. I know where you're going with this.
all the
The
presentation.
Luxardo Cherry you put in first because then there's
Get
no
that
there's no spillage.
There's no spillage, no splash, but you also get that dark base from the bottom.
Yes.
Correct.
Sometimes I add a little bit of the syrup at the bottom too, but then it makes it a little sweeter, which I don't like. But you get that effect of kind of dark
Right.
going to light.
Yeah, if I was doing it with a 101 bourbon, then I'll put that sweet on the bottom, and you let that settle
'cause
there.
you need it a
You
little bit
need
'cause it's a
that.
little-
You
right,
need that
right,
so you
right.
can fool yourself into drinking the rest of that.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
But so many times it's like on a skewer of some sort.
true,
Right.
true.
And I like the way it was just sitting in the bottom of the coupe.
Because
Yeah.
you also get the flavor from the cherry as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have y'all had like, even though this is not cognac, but have you had cognac heated like under a glass little or metal?
I have not.
This is the colder version of the heated version of.
I've had Grand Marnier.
You
in
have
the
a
hot
cognac
glass.
warmer at home,
I've
don't
had
you,
that.
bro?
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I used
like,
I used to have one.
yeah, you know what I mean.
The glass tips over.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a little tea light underneath. You light
Oh.
it, and then it warms the
Yeah.
cognac.
Oh.
I used to be a big cognac fan. I
like the hot Grand Marnier. The Grand Marnier in the hot glass
I've never
with
tried
the
that.
sugar rim, and you get the glass real hot with hot water or whatever, and then you put the Grand Marnier in, and it
Okay.
starts to just kind of fill that
yeah,
orange.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
tastes like Christmas.
I think if you out somewhere and you say this drink, people in like, I think they'd be inquisitive, like Duke and Dame.
Right.
Like, what's the name of the first drink we had?
So the first one was a pineapple whiskey mule.
And they'd be like, Duke and Dame. Why you want Duke and Dame in it? If like you understand until they get it. You know what I mean?
What
Like-
you know
like-
about Duke and Dame?
Yeah.
So you get it.
Y'all better
We
get
go
it.
to a lot of bars or restaurants where they'll have their set menu, and we'll look at the menu and say, okay, try that drink with Duke and Dame,
Right.
and without it happens every single time.
Chief was
They'll
saying that
make
Make Me Blush is a menu item drink.
Man,
It is a
right.
event drink. It's one you can put together in the
Yeah.
mass. Every side of the
Yep.
every spectrum will drink that.
Yeah.
That Make Me Blush is, and it's got the ingredients that make you go what,
Yeah.
Yep.
and then you'll grab it.
I need
So,
that.
Yeah, you're right. You
refreshing.
nailed that one.
Yeah.
It's an event. It's a
And
great menu item.
With the classic whiskey cocktails, the caramel really enhances, right? Like it's to me, this is an enhanced old fashioned. I mean, Manhattan, but same with old fashioned.
Right.
Same with whiskey. Imagine a whiskey sour, right, with the egg white and the froth with that caramel coming through.
With the red
egg
wine.
whites
With the
are-
red
It's not
wine.
just
It's-
sour
always-
mix
Oh,
and shaking
like a
it
New York
up with
sour?
some
Yeah.
spit.
Yeah.
It's
Float
dive bar
in the
whiskey
fresh
sour.
flowers, the edible flowers. You gonna You gotta float that edible flower.
Carré, which is essentially whiskey mixed with cognac.
Mm-hmm.
You ever had one of those? No, that's really good.
I need to venture out just a little bit more. Because we've been venturing out, and that's what the Man Cave Happy Hour is all about. We want to venture out and experience things like this, but there's even more to it to experience when it comes to spirits and cocktails. There's just so much
more
out there.
now than there ever has been.
It's about being adventurous, right?
Yeah.
Like the average person just doesn't know what to do with spirits, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But going to bars and just, hey, bartender, make me something.
Right.
Or, I mean, we have probably 5 or 6 cocktail books at home. We have a cocktail book from the Caribbean, all tiki cocktails, mostly rum. But I'll go through that book and say, oh, that rum cocktail would be great with Duke and Dame. So I'll just change up the recipe.
Right. Huh. It just, you want to, when you're out and about, you just experience.
Right.
I want to stay, I like to stay close to home, keep everything close to the chest. So that's why I'll do an old fashioned when I'm out and about. But I really have to put myself to a mindset to experience more.
Right.
And then when you're trying different spirits, you want to experience everything that's out there, but you don't want to be let down. And a lot of folks don't want to be let down when they try something different.
But Detroit is also a burgeoning cocktail scene.
Oh, it is.
That we did not have 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Right. So people are looking for this unique kind of item on their menu.
Yeah.
That they can say, hey, we feature this because the other guys have the same top shelf crap that we got, and the food is great there too, but we got this.
Right.
So this is the kind of thing that I mean, the menu item action is the right. I think that's a great move. I mean, that making the cocktails with this, stellar. That make me blush. That's a winner, man. That's a winner.
Because you stepped it. You started here. The bar was here. Then you stepped it up, and then you stepped it up again. So, wow, wow. Duke and Dame is just it. It's great straight.
Yes. And we get a lot of customers. I start saying, hell, you should make this, you should make that. They're like, no. Don't mess with my Duke and Dame.
Right.
I drink it neat or I drink it on the rocks. Don't mess with it. But a lot of customers, they love being able to play with it and try different things. An easy one for you guys to try at home, whiskey lemonade.
Ooh, okay.
Now, you can make your own lemonade, just lemon, water, little sugar or simple syrup, right?
Sure.
Or if you're lazy, you can use simple
Don't judge me.
I do.
Why are you judging me?
No, that's
Why are you judging me, man?
Country made.
Well,
I like my Simply.
You were in my house. You were in my house this
Limeade's my jam.
weekend because I drank that exactly.
Simply lemonade?
I did, yes.
Listen.
With whiskey in it, yes.
So take Simply Lemonade with Duke and Dame.
Okay.
And then we're
going to give that a try.
The piece de resistance.
All right.
All right, now I have to
You
ask.
take some fresh watermelon juice.
Oh.
What?
Add it to it.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. I thought about making that for
Like
you
maybe
guys.
cracking open like a watermelon high noon and put it in there.
That's
That's what the closest I have.
So lemonade, you can just go buy some Simply lemonade. I do 1 part whiskey, 2 parts lemonade mix.
Huh.
And when I say lemonade mix, that means a lemonade plus the watermelon.
Okay.
Right? And so what I'll do is I'll take essentially
That's still strong for cutting the grass. It's
Two-
like, they call me lefty.
2/3 lemonade, 1/3 fresh watermelon juice. You're not going to find fresh watermelon juice anywhere. It's hard to find.
Right.
Right.
But just buy, a couple slices of watermelon or the chunks that are already chopped up for you.
Yeah.
You can put it through a juicer. You can use one of those citrus squeezers.
Chopped up chunks of
Put it-
lemonade.
Or
Meyer,
wash your
Kroger,
hands
everything
and
right in the
just
front.
squeeze.
Right.
Put it in a baggie and just kind of
Right.
a
Hey,
little
let me tell
Ziploc
you,
fun.
it's,
90% water anyway.
when I first made that, I tried to do like a strawberry lemonade.
Mm.
There was something missing.
Yeah.
Then I tried watermelon. Something about the watermelon and the whiskey. The chemistry is just amazing.
All right.
You will call me and tell me, wow, this is. I'm telling you, it's amazing.
All right.
And then since you now have the watermelon juice,
Yeah, yeah.
you know how to make a julep, right? Mint julep.
Yes.
Sure.
Make a watermelon mint julep with Duke and Dame.
Ah.
Duke and Dame mint.
So
Jumping into
is it coming
everything.
off like that make me blush.
Oh man, it's Listen, all our cocktails are delicious, amazing. I can go on and on and on for days. Like it's
All right. Now
This was
So there's
fun
a reason why.
because we said we wanted to do cocktails, and I'm like so glad we did cocktails.
So I am not on the show every week, and I am guilty of not listening to it every week, even though these are dear friends of mine, and they were kind enough to invite me back. So I got to ask a question. It was probably asked the first time you were here.
yes.
Where'd the name come from?
Okay. So when we were developing the whiskey,
I also want to know what bar you were sitting in when you thought of this too. That's a follow-up
Part
question.
2, follow
Because that's where it comes. You don't dream up a whiskey at Christmas dinner.
well, no,
you come up with it.
So the idea, my business partner was at dinner years before he told me the idea with friends. Right, somebody ordered a round of Fireball shots, and someone posed a question: if you could create your own flavored whiskey, what flavor would you create? When it got to him, Fireball tastes like Big Red Gum or the Atomic Fireball candy.
That's why you hand it out at funerals, because you can get away with it. Right.
Damn.
Right. So his idea was, why not have a whiskey that reminds you of the Werther's Original or the Sugar Daddy, Sugar Babies
So
candy
that
we
was
had
the
as kids.
target. Okay.
That really was his idea.
Yeah.
Years later, I left my career in finance. He lives in Miami. I'm in Miami hanging out. We're at a bar. I'm pretty sure it was a restaurant called River Oyster Bar
Okay.
in Miami. We're at the bar, and he's like, hey, man, what do you want to do next? And he throws out this crazy idea. We should make some whiskey.
All right.
And that's where the idea came from. So, going back to the Fireball idea, and it's not just Fireball, but most people, when you take a shot of whiskey or tequila or anything, usually take the shot and kind of make that whiskey face, right? You kind of cringe.
Yeah.
And we were like,
Speak for yourself.
that's
No, fair enough.
non-alcoholics,
I get it.
But
I get it. I'm with you.
and we thought, you know what? We want something where when you take a shot of our spirit of Duke and Dame, and it wasn't called Duke and Dame at the time, it was codenamed Sugar Daddy.
But I get it. But that's exactly where you also got to get that in your
Exactly.
head, because when you do the tastings and you're figuring out your chemistry, you got to try a
Exactly.
bazillion versions, and you're aiming for that Werther's Sugar Daddy thing. I had friends that owned a vodka company briefly, and I've tasted, I've done that.
So
stuff,
you've been
so
through you've seen the
been through
process.
been through the
Exactly.
process.
And so we thought, when you take a sip of our whiskey, we want you to feel the complete opposite of that. We want you to feel amazing, right? We want you to feel magnificent, regal, kind of like royalty. And that's where the honorific titles came in, from the Duke and the Dame. We also,
All right, I like where that genesis comes from.
And
That's very cool.
I'm not done.
Oh, okay. My bad.
We also realized that a lot of women drink whiskey, right? 35% of whiskey drinkers in the U.S. are women. But most whiskey brands traditionally, historically, market to men. And so we wanted to include women in that.
Yeah, the only women one I can remember is the Tennessee, the Honey
Right.
Jack.
Right.
That was targeted right at sororities
Right.
when I was in college.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right at
That's
them.
why you see it at all
and
those
so-
front little tables at the store.
Oh yeah.
But that also served two purposes, because when we had our prototype and started tasting it to our friends and family, we learned something. Men loved it, women loved it. Young, my business partner's daughter was 21, 22 at the time. Her and her friends loved it. His father, was 80 years old. My parents were 70. The aunties were 60, 70. Everyone in between, all our friends the same age, everyone loved it. We're like, wow, we really have created something that's for everyone. And so the man and the woman, Duke and Dame, represents that this is really a whiskey for everyone, right?
It gets better by the minute.
And so that, and then the Dame is a female knight. It's not Duke and Duchess, just the wife of the Duke.
Right.
She's earned her knighthood,
Right.
right? So
Dame
she's
Lady
strong.
Dench.
Exactly.
It's
And
the
so we
knight
kind of
title,
imagine this power couple enjoying their whiskey. So it's really, we really believe it's a whiskey for. We get asked all the time, who's your target demographic?
Everybody.
It's LDA, legal drinking age, because it
Ah,
really
nice.
is for everyone. Here we are, a group of men who love whiskey, drinking
Can
it.
I use that?
Yes, sir.
LDA.
That's not my term, yeah.
Yeah, I've
legal
never heard
drinking
that.
age.
I've never heard that.
Oh, there you go. You taught me about strawberry Twizzlers, and I.
Yeah, in the oven.
There you go.
You're welcome.
So that was a long answer, but that's really where we spent a lot of time. We had a whiteboard throwing out all these names, and it really evolved from the emotional connection that people have when they try Duke and Dame. Like you just tried it for the first time, right?
Right.
You didn't
dope.
go,
Chief and I both did.
right? You were like, oh wow.
I went more the first time I had Fireball than I did
Dope.
the first time I had this.
Duke and Dame gotta go
Well,
on.
so many of the those flavored, they have like super coolers, right? So then like uber cool them. So
Yeah,
you
so you can't really
Right,
taste.
right.
So you
don't know
can't
what
really
you're getting.
taste
Yeah.
it.
We do all our liquor store tastings, no ice.
yeah,
Right.
It's served room temperature.
Because the taste, the ice will take.
I am not a rocks guy.
50% of the taste
It
out
does.
of it.
You
It
two
does.
know I'm not a rocks guy.
No,
Whenever we've
no,
had
no, we're not.
tastings a
Yep.
few times. We've done these events. I want
Got
it
one, brother.
in the glass.
Thank you, bro.
Got
Thank
one.
you.
You know,
Thank you.
that half inch right there, just so I can taste it. So
Yeah. So we, if you enjoy it room temperature warm, right, then we know you're gonna like it on the rocks. We know you're gonna like it in a cocktail. Matter of fact, when we do tastings with cocktails, we have a rule: you are not allowed to have a cocktail until you try the whiskey by itself.
And that's that purest part. You know?
Yes.
You know, when we try something for the first time, we want to try it at its essence,
Exactly.
if you will. And it just because you get more out of it when it's that neat.
Right.
When it's neat, you're
Right.
going to get more.
Well,
out
you
of
know,
it.
at its core, what you like. We just had some amazing cocktails, but if I had given you the cocktails first, you're like, "Oh, this is a good cocktail." It's good because he's covering up the whiskey with.
well, that's why I brought it up. With
Right.
another spirit,
the
this
whiskey's-
is not the same flavor
Right.
profile,
They
and it
stand up.
doesn't work the way it works with this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, so there you go. Let's round of applause for the cocktails.
Honestly,
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
That
Thank
is-
you for having
that
me
is
again.
fantastic.
I did not forget. You did promise me a hot tub
Ah,
session.
come on. It's a nice
After a couple
night.
more of these, it might be one hell of a hot tub session.
Straight up, man.
he's only 10 minutes away from here
It
too.
is. Seriously, we're
Hey,
close.
Chief, you still do the ice tub?
The ice up, get an ice up
Yeah.
every once in a
Every
while.
once in a
man.
while.
I may just put all the ices on there
Yeah.
now. Like,
Well, we ain't kids
We're
anymore.
not doing the ice tub. We're doing the hot.
ice tub. If I really have to,
Chief, what are all the socials people can follow and find out about RX and everything, Endo and everything you're doing, your shoes?
RX Midwest, drink RX, Facebook, Instagram, RX Water Facebook, Drink RX Instagram, RX Midwest Instagram.
What about you?
Chief One Love, everything.
Chief One
from
Love.
Twitter,
That's it.
from everything.
I love that
And
name.
then
It's-
Robert
It's
Griffin.
you and a whole bunch of Patrick Mahomes fans all following.
Chief, are you from Detroit originally?
Yeah, this area, Metro Detroit area, Ypsilanti, baby, White
You're
Town.
from Ypsilanti?
White
boy.
Town.
I had some fun in Ypsilanti back in the college.
My buddy's just opened up the
Yeah.
new Fulling warehouse in Ypsilanti Township.
Oh, yeah.
New Fulling, where we throw the football at the bowling pins.
Oh man,
If you ain't done that before, that's a thing.
What day you go? Let's go.
I go to the Hamtramck one twice a week, but I haven't, my buddies just opened up the owners of the Ipsy one. And
Okay.
that's
Man, we
beautiful.
got a link, bro.
So,
So it's the
two promises for
This
you.
is good water.
We got
appreciate you, bro.
Tell you, it's just
you need
it's
to
good dry
market
water.
this as a hangover cure.
Yeah, for real.
Well, that's
right?
another thing with pH water and alkaline water. That's why
Yeah,
I
right.
unfortunately, that's also why I look for it a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Please, let's exchange numbers and let's really,
Let's do it.
some
Let's
stuff,
do it.
especially with the Duke and Dame, man. Let me.
all right.
let
Yeah,
me
and
know.
Duke and Dame. It's it just
For real.
it is simply dukeanddame.com.
Yes, DukeandDame.com.
And,
I wanna
and
do some events
it's
or something with
people
you
can.
with that, man.
There's a
For real.
good find us. You can find out. People can go to the website and find out if it's available in their area. And
You
it's
can order online as well. We ship to
This
37,
would've been
38
dope
states.
last night. What was the event? Oh, I just did this Murder at the Masquerade. I had the little masquerade mask.
nice.
It was a political event. It had like the judges, the prosecutors, the DAs, state reps and
nice.
stuff. This would have been perfect there.
we gotta do some
This
more.
would have been
We'll
perfect there.
got to
So-
be at the next one.
We'll
Yeah,
do
yeah.
some more.
No,
Thank you.
that's it.
Thank you for coming and playing.
honestly.
Yeah.
hanging
I
in the
appreciate
studio
you guys
with us.
inviting me again.
And hey, to be sitting here with these two business owners
Yeah,
is just killer.
I love the entrepreneurs. Right?
I know, right?
I'm impressed.
And it
I
doesn't
just-
where it came from. Like, hey, we're just sitting around having dinner, and I left one job. Whoa, really? You chose to go into spirits? Didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Finance
And,
in New York.
and a ball player who's just reaching out and getting his hands in everything. Good on you guys.
Yep.
It's my honor to meet you guys. I'm glad I was here
I
today.
appreciate that and honor to meet you as well.
Thank
All
you.
right,
Thank
well.
you.
Thank
And
you
if,
for your
if
service.
y'all enter in the dispensaries, go out to Adrian. We got Endo Vibe out there too, man.
Nice.
All right.
Wow.
Like,
Okay.
subscribe, leave a comment, mancavehappyhour.com. If you want to get a hold of these guys, get a hold of us. We'll get everybody connected.
Yeah. Until next time, everybody.
Hey.
Everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm gonna
Cheers.
look for the water now. Salute,
I
guys.
know.
Cheers. Thanks for having me, guys.
Hey, that make me blush with the stuff.